Okay, so this is my OWLET Majors VOD review tryout thingy. For whatever reason, Visor is refusing to load it in 720. Maybe it'll work this time. We'll see, but 480's whatever. Yeah, if I guess I'm not good enough for majors, put me into minors, or if I'm not good enough for that, just call me fat. I don't know. Whatever you want to do. Okay, here we go. Let me just clear this. Alright. Alright, so what do they play? Looks like we got
Live.
Ryan Widow.
Is it?
Alright, we missed a second. Well, we'll figure it out. I saw Zarya.
What?
Comms are pretty good. Sounds like it looked like this is solo queue, which is fine. So not a scrim. So this would be an individual review.
Ryan's alone.
Okay, so first off, start out pretty good. You probably wanted to just, I mean, since you're Ryan, you can dash, cover a really long distance, and you went out for a fire strike right away. You're already getting barraged by a fair up here, so you didn't really need to be holding shield. You could have just waited over here, because the rest of your team has to catch up. So you could just chill and wait. I mean, their Ryan's already out, fine, but you'll hear in just a second that you're alone. So just make sure that your team's with you. Just a tip, good way to do that. I mean, depending on your sensitivity, pull 180. Otherwise, hold your shield, use your left mouse button, right mouse button, hold left mouse button. So you're holding them both, and then you can turn, and you have a free cam around Reinhardt. So you could check if your team is there that way as well. You with Fire Strike, very unfortunate. I'm not sure if you're trying to hit the Reinhardt here or if you're trying to go for the rest of the team here. You kind of cut the middle. That was pretty strange. I would definitely go for one or the other. Generally, when you first start out a game, you want to be using Fire Strike off cooldown most of the time. So I guess that's fine to use it right away. But you could have just taken a second and lined it up. You sort of whiffed it. That's a free 5-10%. I'm actually not sure how much ult charge that gives, but you traded Fire Strikes and you lost.
Increase half main. Dead.
Alright, nice. So your Ferric is a big pick. That's really good. You saw the Rhine comes with a bubble. Dude, the quality's so it literally says 720. I don't know what the deal is. The device is just being stupid. It's really irritating. You see the bubble come up from the enemy Zarya, you press S, that's good. You don't want to trade like that for no reason. I actually can't tell who's talking because their comms are not like balanced, the player isn't higher than the rest of the team, which is okay. I mean, I'm sure I'll figure it out. But yeah, pushing up, good. You killed a McCree, so that means it's not really a whole lot of pressure. Oh man, your fair is popping off. So right now, you don't really need to be swinging into nothing. You just, I mean, this is kind of a small thing, but you just, you want to be holding this door for sure. Make sure they can't do anything. Somebody can be standing on point, take point. You're just putting out pressure. You're not going to be able to really get much ult charge because they're down 2 at this point, or maybe 1, 2 in like a second. So you're not going to be able to get much ult charge because you're really going to need to dive in there. You could be coordinating with your Zarya. I love it. Looks like your Zarya is your duo. So you could definitely be coordinating bubbles with her. She walks up and, then you walk up, whatever, however you guys do it. I didn't really hear anything, but I'm sure since you're duo, you kind of have some sort of natural synergy going with that. But this looks good.
Pushing up. One dead.
So you hit the shield, and then right here, you're just swinging for no reason. There's literally there's nothing to hit. That's pretty silly of you. You also didn't really need to be up all the way.
Go point. Widow's main.
Your team calls go point, and you're still up here swinging. When your team calls go point, especially, I assume it's not you since you're not at point. But even if you're calling go point, you know, that's not really safe for you because they have 4 people here. They could rush you down if they really wanted to. They don't, fortunately. It sounds like Widow is up here. You know, she could grapple this way and be taking body shots at you. So you need to move your shield this way, angle it like this. Then there could be the McCree would be respawning, come back, shoot you from that angle. You know, just make sure you have a real team awareness. You definitely don't want to be.
We got it.
Separated.
I'll go back to my spot.
All right, so it sounds like the female player is your Zarya.
Nice shot, dude. Is she down the ledge?
Your DPS are fucking killing her right now. Oh, I don't know if I'm supposed to swear. Sorry, it's kind of my natural demeanor. Sorry, whoever's reviewing this, mysterious ghost.
Where's that fire?
Right now, you're swinging at a wall. I don't really know why. You should be third-personing this wall with your shield so that they can't hit your shield, but you can see around it. It's...
I don't know. I've literally never seen
Peek it over, left.
pretty silly.
She's ground far in the doors. She might be peeking top.
I got slept.
So right now, again, you have no concept of where your team is. You haven't checked behind you. Your team had... Like I said, I'm not sure who you are, but we haven't heard anything about your team being behind you. It sounds like you have a Pharah, or it looks like you have a Pharah Widow, Orb of Harmony, so you have Zenyatta, and I'm not sure who your main healer is. I'm going to take a wild guess. Say Mercy. I really, truly don't know. I haven't been paying attention, which is bollocks on me.
She's ground.
I normally would have rewound and found the team comp, but whatever, I'm garbage. But yeah, you have no concept of where your team is right here. As far as you know, you're right here. You're about to get charged. You're trying to trade. Your Zarya hits you with a pretty sweet bubble, but you get charged. You know, as far as you know, your team is all the way back at Arches. You know, absolutely not ready to follow up in any capacity. And especially, they're kind of funneled into here. Your Widow, no matter where she's standing, unless she's on point, which would be pretty silly, or she's grappled up above point into the windows, she does have a sightline into there. She's probably playing high ground, like right here, where your Widow, or where their Widow was a second ago. She's probably playing high ground, so she has no angle over there, because that would be like a 90-degree angle you're trying to make her shoot at. So you have no support from her. You got a Pharah that's probably spamming in there. But, you know, they have a Reinhardt shield. She's not going to bust it. But you don't know where the rest of your team is. You're super vulnerable. And obviously, you get slept. That sucks. Really unfortunate. The Ryan sees that you're vulnerable. And you're slept. They hit you with a good pin. Man, your Widow is... Yeah, so Mercy. So Widow Mercy is pocketing. Then you got a Pharah up here. So you have really... This team comp is really great. I don't know if you... the VOD started a little bit late, so I don't know if you organized this team comp, but this is really great for this map because you have Widow poking at long range. You have Pharah that's able to use the different angles in the terrain of the map, specifically up here, up inside point. Your DPS are really good. You have the Zarya to support the Reinhardt, which is you, obviously, and then Zenyatta to sort of give you the orb. For when you're trying to trade, that'll give you between Zenyatta Orb, Zenyatta or Zarya Bubbles, and your shield. Theoretically, any trades you take with their Reinhardt should come out positive. You know, since you have all these things that can keep you alive, but you also have to remember that they have the exact same stuff. They also have an Ana, which means they have more healing than you do. So even if you are taking trades, you need to be very cautious about when you're taking these trades and make sure that you're coordinating with your Zarya. Your Zarya came in clutch with that bubble a second ago, but you really need to be talking to her and figuring out, where she's at, what her bubble cooldowns are. It's definitely possible you're in a Discord call and the Discord is muted. You just have game volume. That's fine. But I personally, maybe I'm a bad listener because I have been talking a lot. I haven't heard any coordination of bubbles. So you just got slept. Actually, you know what? Let's see what happens. I'm just gonna shut up. We'll see what happens.
Camp, I have you.
I'm camping body for res.
So, right now, you know what? Let's go back. Let's talk about what you should be doing right here. So you just got pinned. You're at 30. Wow, 30 HP. You're cutting that one close. Very unfortunate they don't kill you. Also unfortunate that she's hitting you with that. She just saw you got pinned. They're obviously going to follow up. Whatever. If this is a team, I would tell your Mercy to, if you see your Ryan get pinned, obviously hit him. Don't hit him with damage amp. It's not his priority.
Zarya, no bubbles.
But wow, you actually get a empowered fire strike. That actually worked out so perfect. I love it. Okay, so right here, you're at 100 HP. Your bubble is about to pop. You have orb here. If you look at this, your Mercy or your Widow and Mercy just killed Zarya, so they have no bubbles. Their Rhine is also heal amped. You obviously don't have a bubble because your Zarya just used it. That's like an 8-second cooldown? I should really know this. I should just Google it, to be honest. And you have charged. They do not. Their shield, both of your shields are really high. You're super low HP, and they have a heal amp. What you could be doing right now, instead of playing defensive, is because they don't have a Zarya, they don't have a secondary tank. And their DPS are, I think they're still running McCree Widow. You haven't seen Widow. She's not up here. It's possible she's down here, or she's waiting for a peak down here once it starts going down. But you could tell your Zarya, you could... I have to imagine that she is personal. Let's see if she pops it.
Zarya, no bubbles.
Yeah, your Zarya still has personal. So you could tell Zarya push up because right now you're up. And their Rhine is out of position. He's not like super out of position, but he's pushed up. So you could tell your Zarya go forward. While you get healed from the orb, from Zenyatta, and Mercy. By the time that you hold shield and Zarya pushes up behind the Reinhardt to make him drop shield, you're going to be full HP. Instead of what you do is you just sit, you back up, you press S, and you're still in front, with 100 HP. You should, as the main tank, try to coordinate the rest of your team best you can around your resources. As a main tank, your resources are the most important to be paying attention to because you are essentially the face of the team. So since your resources are low-ish, just your health resource specifically, you have to be playing passive. But look, your Zarya is pretty high HP. She still had personal, but you go up, you take like 100 points of damage, my man. Don't do that. And you have Shatter. You could be putting out a lot more pressure. They have no Zarya, so they're down how much damage, especially your Zarya is really high charge, relatively high charge, at least 60. You could be putting out a lot of pressure right here. Instead, you're playing really passive. And I actually didn't see where she got killed from. If you're putting out that pressure and you aggressed onto this Reinhardt, even though you're low HP, even though you're low HP. If you coordinate with your other tank and your supports already know to heal you. You know, your 500 HP target, that's at 100 HP. They're going to stick on you. All right? If you tell your off tank to go forward, face tank some damage, she has bubble too. You know, bubble blocks damage. She's essentially invulnerable because they don't want to charge her anymore. Look how strong that beam is, man. They're not going to charge her anymore. They don't want to. So she's going to be invulnerable for what, 2.5 seconds? 2 seconds? You're going to be full HP. You had a lot of space to work with, and I'm not sure how this team fight turns out, but if you lose, it's your fault.
Oh yeah,
back up to point.
Yeah, Farrah's down. Back to point. Good call. Very unfortunate you missed that. Let's look at how you approach this charge here. So you see Mercy here. You barely caught a glimpse of Zarya. I'm not going to take points off for that, you know. But you see this Ryan coming through with a heal lamp, and you try to take a pin. Look at the angle you're taking the pin. He's going to see you coming in because his angle, he absolutely knows you're coming. And if you hit the pin, you do kind of swerve off to the right, but you don't have much space to work with, my man. You're also still sort of in the line of fire here. So if you take this pin, you land right here, you're still in line of fire. What you should have done, back around, use the terrain. You're down 2 people. You don't want to be fighting. This aggressive pin is super greedy. You're trying to clutch the fight out. In an organized team comp, you do this, you're going to throw the team fight. We still haven't seen how it goes because, I don't know, I thought sometimes I like to watch an entire team fight, go back and talk about it. Sometimes, that's what I usually do with actual teams, but because this is an individual thing, we're going to focus a lot on microplay and what you specifically could be doing better. If this is an organized team, you know, this is a bad idea. They know you're here. Well, if you're standing right here behind this cover, they still know you're there. But they don't know what you're doing. As far as they know, you're just chilling, you know. Obviously, probably setting up for a pin. But if you're here, they can see the pin coming. So if you're here, use your ears, predict the pin. If you miss, you still have... You can angle this way for the pin a little bit, or you can go and not sharpen angle into this wall. So the distance that you can curve, you still could curve this way and go down like that. Sorry I'm such a poor drawer. You know, I could use this. So instead of going like that, you could go like that. You know, I should really use the arrow tool. Yeah, so back into this cover. There's no reason for you to be standing here. This pin, he sees you coming. He doesn't really dodge it. He's just pressing W.
they're gonna have Russian.
Sucks.
They're gonna have Russian. I'm
What
not
did
there.
he say? Hold on.
They're gonna have Russian. They're gonna have Russian.
Russian? What does that mean? I don't know what Russian means. I'm gonna guess graph. I don't know. Okay, so you whiff pin. You're backing up. You're still low HP. Your main healer's down. I think Zenyatta's still up, but you know he's got to rotate. And at this point, you're down to. He's probably not gonna rotate to point. That'd be pretty silly, especially because they have a Farah. They're just gonna run him down. So there's a good chance Zenyatta's hiding. You have no orb. I don't see Discord. You're down to. Why are you going this way? You just contesting point? You just lost Widow. You don't even have respawns. Just back up, man. You're at 43%. You're not at, you're not at 87, 88, 89. You don't need to get it to 99, bro. Fucking back up.
No, we're not contesting with it, but yeah.
Whatever, you went for a pin. Your Zarya followed you really foolishly, but you also had a less advantageous let's look at your actual
Nice.
vision here.
They're gonna have Russian.
Man, I will give you props though. Right here, you see this Anna right here. You whiff this Reinhardt. You know your Reinhardt's on your right. You see Shatter right here, but you don't take it. That's great. You would have hit a 4-person Shatter if you went for that, or you would have thought you would have 4-person Shatter. He blocked it, but some people would have gone for it. I'm really happy you saved it. That's really good. That's
I'm not there. I'm
really good self-control.
No, we're not contesting with it. But...
All right.
I'm not there. I'm not there.
No, we're not contesting with it. But... Yeah. How did Ad and I stall for so long?
Those were gods.
Okay. All right. So I recognize Zarya's voice. I recognize your voice now. So now I know what's going on. If you guys backed up, you probably would have lived. Farrah could have flown behind you, gave you a boop, you know, whatever. But you got 3% off it, you know. It would have been much better for you to save your lives, try to get out, then get that extra 3%. Even if you died afterwards, you know, whatever. You already have Shatter. You don't need to go for that pin. You wouldn't have killed anybody. Even if you did kill anybody, you would have died. So you would have been still down half a second, a full second respawn. Granted, you've charged, so you get there faster. But you know, it wasn't worth a try contest. Just back up, bro.
Yeah, dude.
I'm gonna go coast. I'm gonna go coast here. Sam, you don't come with me.
I love it. Gonna go coast. I don't hear that call a lot. I'm gonna guess this is Diamond. You hit tab earlier. Oh, speaking of hitting tab, hit that bitch, bro. You need to know what your team has. Sounds like they're calling it a lot, calling their alts. This team has great communication. I love it, especially for a solo queue team. Really good. I'm gonna guess it's not like GM. You know, it's not GM level callouts, but really good. But still, you know, the fact that you're not hitting tab instinctually on your sort of you know, hitting tab is almost like driving in Overwatch. When you're driving, you don't stare at your speedometer to look how fast you're going. You just take, you know, 1/10 of a second, 1/4 of a second, just kind of flick down, see that you're sort of in the general vicinity of the speed you're supposed to be going. You know, and that's if you have to be paying attention. If you are on an open road, there's no cars coming towards you, then you can take, you know, a full second, look down, see exactly where you're at. Don't learn driving from me. But press tab, bro. The fact that you're not pressing tab, even when it is organized, tells me that you don't press tab enough. Tab gives you a lot of information. You can track hero switches on the enemy team. You can track hero switches on your team. Granted, you have it down here, hero switches, but you're not pressing tab, you're not reading chat, my man. You also can track ults. So, you know you have Shatter, but you could be saying, as the main tank, what I was saying earlier about you being like the face of the team. You know, you already have really great communication. You could be shot calling. Shot call your ults. You know, say, oh, okay, so let's in that fight that you could have won, man, like a full minute ago. Okay, so when I said you should have moved forward, when the Zarya got killed, you were like 100 HP. You could have said, all right, Zarya, move forward. Farrah was above them. She was ready for a barrage, presumably. I don't know if she had it. I have to imagine she had it, though, because she was getting Mercy Pocket. She killed, like, 2 people. She was getting splash damage. You know, I have to imagine she had it. I don't know if you had Grav, but you could have called out, you know, use Barrage. Save Barrage for Grav, you know, because we're down. Or, you know, oh, Mercy, Valkyrie this next fight. You know, it's always good. I take that back. Most of the time, it's good to organize your team in solo queue. Tell them what to do, because otherwise they're just going to throw shit out. Because a lot of people instinctually assume that everybody else on their team is a mind reader. So say you weren't grouped up with the Zarya, and the Zarya's like, alright, I'm going to Grav. and you're at 100, you know, you're 50 HP, you're anti, don't have shatter, you know, your shield's at 400, your mercy's on Widow, you know, Farah is backing up because she just used conk or whatever. You know, you can direct them. Once you start doing this, directing them, it'll start to become natural. It'll feel very forced at first, for sure. But once you start directing your team in a solo queue environment, you'll be able to kind of control the way the game goes. I will say a disclaimer, though. If you call out ults and you call out strats or, you know, rotations, team comps, whatever, and you're wrong, team's going to blame you. You just got to live with it. Okay? It might... And you could flame your team, say, oh, well, you know, I told you to play Tracer, and you decided to play Genji, whatever. Man, you still took responsibility. As soon as that game started, and you started shot calling, everybody looks to you. You gotta take the highs with the lows. But I will tell you, in a game like this, Cancer solo queue, most of the time, you really lucked out on this one. Cancer solo queue, most of the time, you want to be the leader here. Sorry. I really talk a lot. Whoever's reviewing this, I'm so sorry. I tell you what, we are a minute 48, and I have been recording for, like, fucking 20 minutes. Probably like a half hour.
Alright, I have grab here.
I talk so much, and I hate myself.
They're at door. There, yeah. Farah's looking for barrage.
This is an individual one, though. So... I will say this is not for the recording. This is for the person reviewing me. When I do team reviews, I'm usually a lot more concise when I talk about things because they're live, you know. So I don't want to take up 4 hours of somebody's time looking at 2 maps, you know. So yeah. I am absolutely very long-winded. If you let me talk, I will talk. But I'm sorry for whoever's reviewing this. You absolutely don't have to watch all of it. I'm going to be honest. I'm not. I assume this is only one map because it's 16 minutes long. We'll see what happens if I get through it. Because I really don't want to upload a 2-hour-long video. I'm not doing anything today. Actually... I have a scrim in 2.5 hours, but yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna go back, listen to what you're saying.
Alright, I have grab here.
Oh, alright, sweet. So you got 5 ults, man. Almost 6. Is this quick play? Never is this quick play. Oh, it's a custom. Oh, it's a scram. It is a scram. Oh. Well. Disregard everything I said. In my defense, it just says Major's VOD. Doesn't say scrim. I assume this is solo queue. I'm so sorry.
Oh, that door.
We got like everything.
They're at door. There, yeah. Farah's looking for barrage at door.
Okay. Do we want to...
Alright, so... This is not good. No bueno. So you spawn. Let's listen to everything. Let's listen to all the comms.
So...
Because we're gods.
From when you spawn. Alright, so you die?
How did Ad and I stall for so long?
Because we're gods.
Making a joke. Whatever, fine.
Dude, I'm gonna go coast. I'm gonna go coast here.
Calling coast? Cool.
Sam, you don't have to come with me if you don't want to.
Run headshot.
Run
I have
headshot.
grab here.
Oh, that door.
Yeah, we got like everything.
They're at door. There, yeah. Farah's looking for barrage at door.
Okay. Do we want to win this with grab barrage or something? Let's win with this with grab barrage in courtyard now.
Alright, so look how much time you gave him for no reason, man. You didn't have a plan until she popped graph. Dude, you wasted almost 10 seconds. You guys wasted almost 10 seconds. Have a plan before you go out. I have no idea what elo this is. I'm going to wager a guess. That's like 31 to 3,300. But man, you're wasting time, wasting valuable comm time. You don't say anything. You say okay, bro. In this time of nobody saying anything, step up. You know, the thing that I was saying with the solo queue still applies to this, man. It's a little bit, it can be a little bit more high energy. I don't think it's the right word. A little riskier to do it in a team, because if you make poor calls, your team can definitely flame you for it. I don't know what your kind of synergy is with your team, but there is a dead zone. I could play an entire flute solo in the time that nobody says anything.
I'm gonna go coach.
Listen to this.
Sam, you don't have to come with me if you don't want to.
Ryan headshot.
Alright, I have grab here.
That door.
Yeah, we got like everything.
They're at door. They're, yeah.
So
Far as looking for
nothing useful comes out for 7 seconds. No useful comm comes out for 7 seconds. Headshot Ryan, fine. That's good. He's poking. But it doesn't really apply because your Pharah is not in position. You're not in position. Nobody's in position besides Widow. That's dead zone, man. Talk.
That door.
Yeah, we got like everything.
They're at door.
And again, here,
yeah.
you have no...
Far as looking for barrage at door.
Right here,
that door.
your...
We got like everything.
I assume your Mercy sounds like... I'm going to guess your Mercy. So you pop Visor. Mercy calls Pharah's looking for Barrage. She could see it through here. That's really good. But look at the rest of them. Look how they're positioned. You know, you could say... You could call out what direction you want to go. Because when you have Visor, one of Widow's strengths, one of her most underutilized strengths, is the fact that she has Visor. When you pop Visor, you can see exactly where the enemy team is in real time. So you can call out a rotation that maybe they're not ready for, or that they aren't in position for, or, you know, you could call, you know, Pharah's going around on this side. If Pharah, but I think there's like one person hidden behind your hammer here. She doesn't have anything to shoot at, but if you pop Visor earlier, you know, she could have come over this top area. Whatever. That has nothing to do with her. Because, you know, Visor doesn't pop until then. Or sights, whatever. But you don't even... It looks like you're just kind of... Your crosshair is just kind of floating lazily, you know, left and right, left and right. You know, you're just looking around. You're not looking... though. You know, you should be taking stock of positions. You got a Widow over here. She doesn't have an angle. You got somebody right here. I think it's Anna, but this is dog shit quality. And you have the two tanks.
Yeah. Farah's looking for...
You have two tanks. You have Pharah, Mercy up here. Or no, over here it looks like. You can take stock of what's going on, man. And all this dead zone of you not talking, you're cheating. You have wall hacks. You have extra knowledge of what you should be doing. I'm not sure if you're the actual shot caller, but you can relay this to your team. You know, don't have dead comms. Especially, you know, it's more forgivable when you're respawning. And, you know, they already took the point. You're just waiting to regroup. It's less forgivable when you're standing here. You throw out a fire strike. You're just kind of shitting your pants for like 5 minutes. Just kind of pretending, you know, that nothing's going on. You know, falling asleep a little bit. Bro, pay attention. Do something with this Infrasights knowledge. Do something with this dead time. You could be calling out what you want to do. I don't know how coordinated your team is. This could be the first scrim you ever play, you know, but there's a lot of time. Nothing is being called. You know, 5 seconds might not seem like a long time, But 5 seconds turns into a long time in like 6 or 7 seconds from right now. When your Zarya is like, alright, grab barrage, and just pops grab. Pharah could have had how much time to get into position? You know? Yeah, dead zones, bro.
Okay. Do we want to win this grab barrage or something?
Alright, and also, this is another thing. Sorry. You say grab barrage or something? That's something that it really kind of irks me when a shot caller, or I mean, kind of really anybody, is like, oh, okay, you know, you guys want to like shatter blade, or you want to like, you know, maybe we could nano blade, or we could pop Valkyrie damage amp, and then or we could do this, or we could do that. Be decisive. Decide what to do. You really don't have time to be screwing around like this. You kind of have time to be screwing around like this because you're waiting for Zarya, but even then, you know, your Zarya, you have an extra 2.5 seconds, 3 seconds to mentally prepare about what you're gonna do. She can decide what angle she wants to take with the grab. You know, don't be passive in your shot calls. Yes, no, be decisive. Along with that, if somebody says, if you're like, oh, okay, let's grab barrage, and your Pharah says, no, I'm not in position, that's okay. You know, just because somebody says no to your to what you said, it's fine. You know, because then you can adjust. But if you say, oh, you know, let's grab barrage, your Pharah, nothing was decided then. So if your Pharah is not in position, she can't say, oh no, I can't do that. She could, but that'd be clouding comms. And then because you can't cloud those comms and she can't say that she's not in position, because nothing was decided. You know, because then if somebody else says, oh, you know, let's pop Valkyrie first, and then see if we get a pick off that. Then because he's saying, oh, I'm not in position, to your not decisive call, you just missed that. Be decisive when you shot call, is the moral of the story. Thank you for listening, kids. I'll be here all week.
Okay. Do we want to win this grab barrage or something? Let's win with this with grab barrage in courtyard now.
Yeah. Let's win with grab barrage now. Actually, you don't say it. Sorry for flaming you. Your Zarya says it. Still, tell your Zarya, shot call. Decisively. And expanding on that, this will be real short, I promise. Expanding on the shot call thing, if your Zarya is not your main shot caller, she can still say something. You know, if she has a really good setup or something, allow your Zarya to say something. Don't shut her down immediately. Yeah, I was definitely going somewhere with that, but I totally forgot. Sorry. So fortunately,
why did you do that, dude?
Damn, nice. You get 3. Zarya dies, really unfortunate.
No main tank, no healer. No main healer, no main tank.
Cooler, no healer, no main tank. Yeah, that's fine. I'm not gonna expand. That's fine. Good calls.
Just on
Mercy. Double
wait, Mercy, sorry.
Mercy one.
Oh, okay, your Zenyatta is the female. Gotcha. I'm still trying to figure it out. Kill Mercy, sweet. Fair trades. You're still up 2.
Got her.
Widow, left door. Toast. She's on
Widow.
Widow.
Just a far on a Widow. Just kill the Widow and we got it.
Just me.
Dude, you are...
Ryan coming in.
Widow's popping off.
No, he's not. He
Alright,
would
moving
I'm
out.
backing out back to
Oh,
Mercy.
never mind.
Oh, that was a fat finger.
Oh!
Oh my god.
You're a god! I love it.
Alright.
You sorted your dog?
In that case, let's use only Valk for this fight. Let's try to use it to build some of our other ults.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Be decisive. I love it.
Yeah, I'll try to use trance. I will use trance if they pop.
Yep, use trance reactively. That's standard. There's a far on the top right. She's gonna nano. She's gonna barrage, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry,
She's
Cam.
getting pocketed. Fuck.
Mercy.
Barrage, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry,
She's
Cam.
getting pocketed. Fuck.
Mercy,
Your
yeah,
reaction
Mercy, yeah.
time wasn't fast
Never mind.
enough. Mercy's discorded.
Yep, use trans reactively. That's standard. Yep, there's a fire on the top right. She's gonna nano. She's gonna barrage, yeah.
What is going on? This is so clumsy. All this. Everything that just happened. So you kill Widow, cool. And then your Widow dies a second later. You're calling, alright, Valkyrie, then Trance. If you need it. Whatever. Fine.
There's a fire on the top right.
But after that, it just comms fall apart. Your positioning falls apart.
She's gonna nano.
Why do you go in here? Look how much HP you have, dude. Now you can't see it, but guess how much HP you have. A lot. And you got 1300 on your shield. Why are you leaving your squishies out here? And your off tank? Granted, your only squishy is Zenyatta. And she pops trance. But that's fine. Still, that's an egregious positional mistake. What are you shielding here? They don't even have an angle to shoot you. All you're doing is literally stopping your barrier from regenning. And yeah, and your Zarya pops a reactive bubble, fine. But why are you here? Be like this. They're gonna push you anyway. But as far as you know, you're up one, right here. You just traded Widows, and you're calling that Pharah's barrage. You're afraid she's gonna kill you, but your Zenyatta already has finger on the trigger with Trance, and you have 500 HP. You're not gonna die. Sweet. Hiding for barrage? Really silly what you're doing right here. You give up a lot of pressure to allow them to walk in, because there's not a giant man with a hammer and a shield in front of them.
She's gonna barrage, yeah.
And you're still pressing S here. You have barrage coming. You go for a pin? Was that the plan? Hitting a pin? Pin's not that strong, dude. It's really not. Especially if you're hitting another tank. They're just gonna heal up. Especially in a scrim. This is a scrim environment. Sorry for saying that it wasn't, but I didn't know. Sorry. Yeah, it's just really silly. Even go for a pin is silly. And you miss, you got booped. That sucks. But man, you would have hit Reinhardt. And there's a Zarya right here. Ready with, I mean, she pops bubble onto Pharah, but theoretically she could have popped it on Reinhardt. You isolated yourself from healing when you were down 87 HP, I think. And even if you hit the pin, Ana's gonna slap you with a fat anti. And you got hit with the hammer, so you're down to 277, right? If you get hit with another anti, you know, you're gonna be 100 HP, dude. What? I'm not trying to flame you just for this one mistake. I'm trying to explain all the different things why it's wrong. If I focus on one mistake, it's not because I'm just flaming you over and over. I'm trying to explain all the different reasons and the thinking behind why it's wrong. So that way you can understand it. Instead of me just telling you, oh, you know, don't back up like that. Hold your position laterally. And protect your Zarya and your people in the back or whatever. And deliver pressure. That wouldn't be as good as me going over why. You know, I have kind of dwelled on this for a while, but still. But yeah, this Zarya shouldn't be here. Plain and simple. You stood there. Shouldn't happen.
Fuck.
My reaction time wasn't fast
Never mind.
enough.
So what's going on here? You have Gravity Hammer and Halo? Jumping, swinging wildly? What's going on, man? Zarya's purple. You're getting it healed up. You're just jumping and swinging in 360s. Do you even hit anything?
I'm sorry, Cam.
You get one hit marker.
Time wasn't fast enough.
You hit.
Mercy's
You
discordant.
randomly hit E.
Oh, I got pinned.
Sorry.
Alright. So let's pretend this is a team environment.
Yeah.
Or let's pretend this is
I'm sorry, Cam.
team VOD. So, I would have asked what went wrong here for this specific person.
Ain't gonna barrage
Not for the team, for this specific person. Because I can't even tell you what went wrong with the team because you're hiding over here. Anyway. So you drop pin.
I'm
Sucks.
sorry, Cam.
You take 2 fat hammer swings. You hit Zarya, you boop her. She's jumping off of a platform, so she's gonna go further. Whatever. But then you see Zarya fly over this way. You know Reinhardt's behind you, back here. Ana's in front of you with Discord. Zarya's out of range. And you have 1200 on your shield, 260. So what are your options here? Chase Zarya, chase Ana, turn back around for Ryan, hold shield back up, walk into trance, or, you know, probably a couple other things. You don't do any of those. You just swing around. So you miss swing. So right now you say, okay, let's go for Zarya. Right? You're walking towards Zarya. And then you turn back around. And you go back over Ryan. Then you whiff. I mean, you hit. In this scenario, you hit Fire Strike, but you whiff. Because right now, hitting a tank with your Fire Strike doesn't fucking matter, dude. It just doesn't. You want to hit Ana with that Fire Strike. Especially because she's so close, dude. If you weren't swinging around wildly, you could have hit her, and you could have walked in her. So you whiff, and then you presumably, looks like, turn around to slap Reinhardt. So you turn around to slap Reinhardt, you see him walk around clockwise, you turn counterclockwise. Why? I mean, yeah, you do have the counterclockwise swing, but you only go 30 degrees? If you're swinging for Ryan, go all the way around. Do like a 270 or 360.
Mercy's discordant.
Call it Mercy Discord. And you get pinned. So. This is going to be kind of in-depth. But this is stuff you got to think about here. And you'll absolutely get better with this the more times you think about it.
I'm sorry.
So, Sleep Dart. Doesn't hit you. Nobody calls sleep. Discord. Ana is an immobile target. She presumably also has nade. But you have trance. Your Zenyatta is most likely about to hit you with trance, and he does. He slaps you with trance 1 second from now. You should just walk forward, beat the shit out of this Ana. Look how out of position she is. She's in no man's land. No cover here. No, like, she can't get over here. All she can do is jump around this lion. And while you're chasing her, Ryan's gonna be chasing you, but whatever, dude, you have trance. Even if she hits you with anti, she has Discord. By the time that anti runs out, Reinhardt, even if he's slapping you in the back, isn't gonna kill you in the time that it takes you to kill Ana with Discord. Especially if you land that Fire Strike. Swing into Fire Strike animation cancel into swing. or 2 swings and a fire strike animation cancel, whatever, however you want to do it. I'm not sure which is more efficient. But yeah, dude, go for this Ana. Why wouldn't you? That's very silly. And nobody's really talking right now. And like, there's no. You're calling out discards, but there's no focus fire. Granted, your Widow's down, but your fair is still up, presumably full HP. There's no focus fire. Yeah, I mean, in this comp, it's kind of hard to do focus fire stuff because you have a Pharaoh Widow. And their positioning generally doesn't really allow them to just kind of shoot whoever is in front of them. They kind of have to take off angles a little bit. But, you know, you could be telling your Zarya who you're swinging at. You could be following discords to some degree. Or you could, if you're swinging at Ryan, you could call it Discord Ryan. You know. Dude, this is a mess. And then even here, dude, you get bubble. And you run backwards. Look at this. You run backwards.
Oh, I got that.
Run forwards.
Sorry, I can't save you.
Right.
Never do you win this.
The Pharaoh's gonna stretch you guys, be careful.
Oh, man, you
I'm on point.
And Pharaoh and
keep
Widow.
dropping these pins, dude.
Oh.
Why are you walking in?
Die on point if you
I'm
can.
gonna die.
Die on point if you can.
No.
Alright.
You had
It's
no
fine.
pin.
We fight and we win.
You're low HP. They had
We're at
Valk.
90.
No. Don't die in point.
We have no ult.
Just
I'll
die.
hold it for
Back
Brad.
up. You had time to back up.
Yeah, keep this as a dry push unless you can land the fattest shatter of your life. In which case, we can shatter and combo out. But
Cool. Dry push.
Zarya's still high energy, so
You have a lot of time. Dry push is fine. Cool. I like it. Good calls.
we're gonna have to be careful with her. What is it on the
gonna
ledge
have
left side?
grab.
She has grab for sure.
Calling Grav. Cool. I also noticed you've only been calling. So far, you've only called Grav Barrage. Coincidentally, is also the same exact ults you've been talking about on your team. You gotta track everybody's ults, bro. They probably also have nano. So say you hit a pin, you know, on Ryan. They land it, and then he just gets nanoed. And then y'all die. You know?
And
You're not
Ana
tracking
set
now.
up in the back left.
Back left, cool.
Widow's
Back left, high ground, low ground. Small thing. You know, you got up. I don't know the calls for Li Zhang. I really should. But yeah.
Back left.
Shatter now.
So it's Widow here.
Nice, that's huge.
Huge. Go. Oh, Zar.
So I was just listening to comps.
And
but let me-
Ana set up in the back left.
Widow's back left.
Shatter now.
So
I want to decide what I want to say here. Gonna watch it one more time. Then I'm gonna
she
decide.
has grab for sure.
And
Ana set up in the back left.
Widow's back left.
Shatter now.
So it's Widow here.
Nice, that's huge.
Okay, so here's what's going on. You want to dry push, and you're saying, "Oh, only use shadow unless you get a huge one." Okay, fine, but you're still playing relatively passive. You see both bubbles get popped. Sorry, has no bubbles.
And
Ana set up in.
You have an orb on you, pretty low healing, and you have mercy, also relatively low healing. But you see both bubbles get popped. You have shatter. You want to dry push, which means you're just dry push means you're rushing to get ults. That means you're not playing defensive. You get your ult, but as Reinhardt, you enable your team to take positions. Okay? So by you playing defensive here, even with their 300 HP, even with your 1175 shield, fucking be aggressive, dude. They have no bubbles. So that means any hits you get, or your team gets, they're going to get ult charge off of. You want them to blow ults. If they pick you, they're going to be more likely to blow ults on the rest of your team, like a Grav, because then they don't have big giant shield to shield the rest of your team. So press W, man. It's a dry push. I guess it's situational, but in this instance, you know, you just want to build ults. You want to be aggressive.
In the back left.
Widow's back left.
This is something you can talk to your team about in a dry push situation. Okay. You can just tell your healers, stick on me. I'm going to press W. And they see a Reinhardt with possibly Shatter. You were really close. They don't know if you have it. They don't know if you have it for sure. So they're going to be relatively scared. If they see both healers like holding on to the Reinhardt's legs as he's charging, like pressing W and swinging, then they know something bad's about to happen. They're ready with their ults. So you want them to bait out their ults. They're at 65, dude. You don't have a lot of time to be playing defensive and, you know, shield trading with Ryan and, you know, WS, all those mind games. You know, that's micro play. Okay? That's a real thing you can get into. I'm not going to get into it. But right now.
So it's Widow, yeah.
Nice, that's huge.
Huge, go. Zarius is corded.
Forest out.
I got shattered.
How did then I get right?
Ooh.
Why? He called out, hit the fattest shatter of your life.
Zarius is corded.
He whiffed shatter,
Forest out.
and you hit all of one person.
I got shattered.
How did then I get right?
Ooh. Okay, we win. We're rushing now. Just
Use ults because we win game.
Your team is carrying
Far,
the
just far
tits
point.
out of
Another
you,
kill of
bro.
us. Swear to God.
She's discorded.
Good.
Alright.
Guys, quickly.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, no, they can touch. They can absolutely touch.
Don't.
I'm gonna stay back a point.
Stay on point.
Alright, right here? Bro, they don't have Lucio. They don't have Tracer. They don't have Monkey. They ain't got Dick. You know, in terms of mobility. Why are you hiding right here?
Oh, nice.
By the time they reach you right here, okay? They're already how many meters closer to the point, which means you have how much less time. Granted, you had it in the bag. No matter what position you took. You know, they weren't fast enough. But say you were at, instead of, what were you at, like 90, 91, 92, something like that? Say you're at 80. Okay? And you just got the team kill. So they absolutely had like 1 or 2 seconds of time of leeway if they all pressed W to reach the point. If you were standing here, that would have sort of delayed them because they would have had a big giant Reinhardt in the way. They also have shield, they have bubbles, they have, you know, whatever. But this already, she's going to be 0 charge, dude. Even if they have bubbles, they're not going to hit you. When you're up like this, when you have that much leeway in terms of time and like the geography of the map and stuff like that, you can absolutely your Pharah could be chilling right here. Your Zenyatta could be right behind this lion, and you could be right here. You know, there's no reason for you to be hiding like this. This hiding right here gives you no advantage. They have no mobility to collapse on you right here. And if the rest of you... What is this? I don't want that. If the rest of your team is chilling up here, you know, you would have delayed that 2 seconds, is my point.
Yeah, that's fair.
I have grab now, too.
Nicely played, everybody. We all did really well around. Holy shit.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did. Dude,
I've been doing this for more than an hour.
I threw both my shatters because I didn't even fucking need them.
What are you talking about? You talked about the Ana.
Shatter the Ana, that was fucking huge.
Oh no,
about
59
it. I was
minutes.
able to kill her.
That
And you would
Ryan
also trying to shatter
was
the
like-
Ryan there, which is
Okay. I'm going to do up to first push, because I'm going to guess the person watching this isn't going to watch for more than an hour.
Dude.
So, right here,
Did.
round 1 complete, saying, good job, everybody, blah, blah, blah.
Dude, add even asserted just dominance in fucking 1.
I threw both my shatters because I didn't
You switching to
fucking
dive?
need them.
What are you talking about? That's the Ana.
They're the Ana, that was fucking huge.
Yeah, I got her. I was able to kill her.
That
And you were
Ryan
also trying to shatter
just,
the
like,
Ryan there, which is
inch
unfortunate that didn't
outside
happen.
of the cone.
It's not like I can kill. I can kill
Zarya
Ryan, though.
bubbled the Ryan in your shatter. I'm pretty sure that's what happened there.
Who are they calling hacker?
Probably that's for making a basket.
Probably.
I just blink. I just burn all 3 blinks into that little post thing.
Good job, dude. Their
Alright,
dive.
It takes you guys 45 seconds to talk about this round. About 40 seconds, dude, before you even say one thing about what's going on in this map. Dude. Dead comms. What's your plan? Why are you switching? I mean, I assume you guys already have it figured out that you want to play Winston Diva on this map. Fine. Do you have contingency plans if they also go Winston Diva? Do you have contingency plans if they go Goats? What are you gonna do if they don't run, or like if they run double hit scan? If they run like Widow McCree? You know? What's going on? Have a plan. Kind of. Are you gonna hold point? Are you gonna hold bridge?
Pharmacy Widow.
Alright,
Right here. This
They have a
one.
Widow.
I guess you're figuring it out as you figure out their team comp. Fine. I guess. I'm gonna make an assumption, say you guys have been together for a long time, so you kind of know the gist of what's going on. In my eyes, seeing this for the first time, not knowing anything about this team, you guys are just winging it. So that could be a mistake on my part. But that's what I observed.
No,
Is this one still goes aggro? I'm half already.
Part is not garbage.
He has no bubble.
He's one.
Winston's low. 1.
Where'd he go? There he is. I'm on Winston.
Alright, he's dead. I'm dead too.
I'm gonna cancel
I'm
Mercy.
really dead.
Mercy half.
I'm dead too.
He has no bubble.
He's one.
Winston's low. 1.
Where'd he go? There he is. I'm on Winston.
Alright, he's dead. I'm dead too.
So, this is what I'm saying about have a plan. You know, that was absolutely a crapshoot from your team of what was going on until somebody called Winston low. And then you started focusing him. Nobody had any focus. You had no idea what cooldowns you were going to use. Nobody was, like, you had no focus, like, coordination-wise, and he had no focus target-wise. So, again, dead comms, dude. You were just taking free damage, putting out free damage that entire time. I guess, you know, as for microplay, the thing with you held bubble a really long time. It looked like you didn't forget to use it. It looked like a personal choice that you wanted to hold bubble, which is fine.
This one goes aggro.
You know,
I'm half already.
whatever. You
Part
sit
is
there,
not
take 2, 3,
He has no bubble.
150 points of damage
Winston's
before you drop bubble. I don't. If you want to play Winston, I don't agree with it, but okay. But yeah, that was wild.
Oh, 1.
Where'd he go?
Call Winston low, and then you overshoot your jump here. Yeah, you went pretty deep. In order to jump, it doesn't look like you do it, but in order to jump less far, Hold S and then press shift.
He's one.
Because it doesn't look like you do that.
Where'd he go?
Yeah. Yeah, hold S and then press shift. Learn your angles of your jumps. It's a pain, but it helps. You potentially did not have to die if you hit your jump correctly.
I'm on Winston.
Alright, he's dead. I'm dead too.
I'm gonna cancel
I'm
res.
really dead.
Mercy half. I'm dead.
I'm dead.
Cat point.
Easy question mark.
He was on point.
Why are you down
For Mercy
2?
alive.
Far on point.
Oh, you're so capping.
Okay.
That diva is... You fed that diva bomb, bro. You fed the shit out of that diva. The reason she has bomb is because you held bubble.
Point.
He was on
Whatever.
point.
That's
He was
it.
on point.
For Mercy alive.
That far on
That
point.
team fight would have gone a lot better. That first team fight, if you guys had any sort of focus. It was
Okay.
a fiesta.
Rip.
Right now, you got 3 people dead. Nobody's doing anything. Fair's taking pot shots. Cool. Fair's taking pot shots. Cool. But you're not doing anything. What's going on? How do you wanna counter him? You know. Are you sure you want to play Tracer into Diva, Farah, Mercy, Winston?
Oh, Sam, they have no idea.
Regroup.
They have no idea.
Okay. I'm just gonna back up for a second.
Nothing.
Sam, I'm gonna come rescue you. Oh wait.
Nothing's happening here. All this dead zone. I don't mean to harp on you about it, but it's important, dude. It's important to have a plan. To strategize before, as well as during and after team fights. And then adjust as your team fights go. Don't play Tracer into Pharmacy Winston Diva. Switch up Tracer, bro. What is she gonna do? Kill Ana and then fall off the map? That's silly. It's absolutely silly.
Got you out.
I
Hold on,
can
I
get
got
it.
no orb on you.
What do I have?
What's going on? What are you doing? You going left? You going right? You diving straight to point because you're playing dive? I mean, besides Zenyatta. But what's going on? What are you doing? You're just running back and forth. You have 13%. You haven't said anything about what's going on.
Let's go right there.
There you go.
Farah probably has
Alright,
barrage
dying.
soon. I think they have bomb soon also.
This monkey.
Shout out to your Zenyatta for calling out fucking alts.
He's kind of alone.
Actually, hold on.
Farah probably has
Alright,
barrage
dying.
soon. I think they have bomb soon also.
This monkey's.
Bomb Suv? I don't know what that means, but I'm gonna take a wild guess and say they're talking about Diva ult. I don't think you call that they blew bomb. They blew Diva bomb, so just call that. Then they know they don't have it.
Kind of alone.
Hold on.
Where are you?
And escorted.
I just one.
I love it. That's good. Their arm was asleep at the wheel. I don't know what she was doing. Well, I know what she was doing over there. That's a really strong position. I don't know why nobody rotated or why she didn't rotate or nobody called you
I think they have bomb soon also.
going to kill her.
This monkey's kind of alone.
Hold on.
Where are you?
And escorted.
I just one.
This is a small thing, but
Soon also.
This monkey's kind
you
of.
don't have to zap her from max range. You start zapping her as soon as you get in. You could zap her when you get to like here. Because then you absolutely 100% eliminate her of any chance getting away. Granted, you have shift, and you have E, and she doesn't have grenades, so she can't self-heal. But if you get this far, then you do that much more damage to her and have that much easier focus on her. If her team rotates. So, granted, you killed her faster this way because you did more damage earlier. But for safety's sake, you could have held it for another quarter of a second.
Where are you?
Anna, escorted.
I just one. On Widow.
I'm 1 health. I can't go in.
Cancel res. Cancel res.
Versus one.
Monkey,
versus
monkey,
dead.
monkey.
So, that was really strange.
I'm
Say
1
on Widow. You go for
health. I
Widow.
can't go in.
Cancel res.
Cool.
Cancel res.
That's good. Mercy flies in with 0 HP. Just, I don't know. She accidentally hit shift. Widow 0 HP. You did a triple
Versus
kill.
one.
Monkey,
versus
monkey,
dead.
monkey.
Diva on me. Need some help. Actually, never mind. I'm good.
I got you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Diva discorded.
Jump punch. Cool.
Cat far on point.
Leave her.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Far on point.
Report it. Toxic, dude.
I know. Shit. I needed the ult charge.
She had
Do
one
I just
health.
bomb their spawn? I'm very tempted.
We need.
Someone left, I guess.
Alright,
Let's
you ready,
see it.
guys?
Let's see it, Lance.
That fight went good. You know, there was focus. You were in a nice position. Your diva was presumably also in a nice position with DM protecting Zenyatta. You didn't unnecessarily use any cooldowns. I don't think your team unnecessarily used any cooldowns. I like that fight. That was really good.
Don't fall off.
Widow looks like nice. You guys.
Nope. Look at that 4K. What is on left side?
What?
Huge. Lance.
I actually somehow.
Oh, Widow, I see her. I'm not.
I don't know what happened. Diva bomb spawn, fine.
I'm out.
How did I kill the baby diva as
Bizarre.
well? I killed the. What? Okay.
Alright, they're all going left side.
Why aren't you engaging? Or not engaging, but why aren't you playing more aggressively? They're down diva. They have no DM. That means your Pharah has free reign, essentially. I guess that they have a Widow, so not necessarily free reign. But there's a lot of terrain on this map for her to move around, and not a lot of angles for Widow to take. I would say Pharah versus Widow, this map definitely favors Pharah. But you could, you know, as soon as you get that kill, you could rotate up here. You still have leap. You wouldn't even need to use bubble because you could jump over this wall. I mean, I guess you have this, so you don't need the ult charge. But basically my hope is that you don't just sit there until
What? Monkey. No,
they kill you, which is essentially what happens.
Shit, I'm fat fingered. I'm sorry.
That's okay that she blows that, because that. All right, so basically you had a really weird position. They were down 1. Diva came back. So you could have been playing it more aggressive, but you waited for them to engage on you. You got out by the skin of your teeth. They blew nano. Bunch of other stuff, you know. Again, this is just a team community, like, focus thing. Oh shit! I said I was gonna stop. Oh, okay, whatever. We'll finish up this team fight, then I'll be done. Sorry.
Okay.
Push with it. Dave's
I'm
half.
so sorry.
Dave's half.
Oh, your Pharah got a really
Monkey's ulting.
swaggler boot.
Fuck.
Why did you
The
jump?
monkey's ulting. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna.
That was a really bizarre choice of you. Killing an ulted Winston with
shit,
Tesla
I'm
cannon,
figured, I'm
even with
sorry.
Discord, dude.
Okay.
Nah,
Push with it.
I don't actually know the damage values. I do know the damage values, but I don't really want to do the mental math of figuring out whether you could kill him before it even times out. But I'm gonna tell you, you're not gonna be able to.
Oh.
do it.
I'm gonna kill Diva. Out of mech. Get out of mech.
Monkey's ulting.
No, she's not.
What could you be doing right now instead of
I said
trying to
monkey's
kill
ulting.
him?
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna barrage
Monkey
her.
point.
Granted, nah, their squishies are dead. Could be on Diva. You could be harassing the Mercy up in the air. You could be harassing Farah up in the
She didn't
air.
get anybody but you. Technically.
Decision McCree.
Monkey, you're the only one on point. Stall.
Yeah, that was just really bad focus by you.
Yeah.
And I mean, I guess by the rest of the team, you know, you're not gonna kill a monkey that's full HP. Even if you killed you killed Ana, and then I think you killed Widow. So they're down to main heal and DPS, but they still have a Valkyrie. So they're not even down to main heal. So what could you guys been doing instead of trying to kill a Winston that's being pocketed by a Valkyrie Mercy?
He's all things.
Literally fucking anything.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna barrage your
Monkey
Take Diva out of mech.
on point.
Harass Mercy.
Monkey speak on point.
Harass their Farah.
Okay.
You know.
I don't understand how that happened. But okay.
She didn't get anybody but you.
And then your monkey mode,
She didn't get anybody but you. Technically.
Winston mechanics aren't
Decision McCree.
really on
Monkey, you're the only one
par.
on point. Stall.
I'm
Stall.
not gonna go into
I'm
it.
dead.
You can look up videos
Yeah, I'm stalling. Fuck.
if you have questions.
I can't
Can
believe
ask
that.
me.
Okay, just dive to McCree.
But Winston Primal mechanics are very important. You should learn them. Like, go to a custom game and just practice it for however long. You know, practice your jump distance, knowing your jump distance. Practice your leap, because your leap does 40 damage. Your punch does, I think in Primal it does 50? Or 60? No, that doesn't sound right. It's gotta be 50. Yeah, because it takes 4 hits to kill somebody if you land on them with jump. Yeah, so it's 50. So, yeah, practice those Winston mechanics. Because right there, you were kind of just swinging and randomly jumping and hitting shift. You know, you've seen like Muma and XQC and shit, you know, kill Mercies flying in the air, kill Farahs flying in the air, be able to outmaneuver Diva while her boosters are active, you know, chase tracers, do whatever. I'm not expecting that out of you as a presumably mid-diamond player, but that was rough. Learn those mechanics, my man. Alright, it's been an hour and 18 minutes, and I have reviewed 8 minutes and 18 seconds. So I have to imagine that that's enough time. If you guys want more, I guess just DM me, and I'll do the rest. But I really gotta take a shit. So thanks. Bye.